Alright, hi everyone, this is Apostrophe. Boy, let's dig really, really far back. Not quite as far back as my memories go, but yeah, this is Desert Falcon on the Atari 7800. A system not all that well known, unfortunately. It was Atari's third console. The 2600 being the first, the 5200 being the second, and this being their third system. With the following systems being the Lynx and the Jaguar, which was their very last system. I owned the 7800 during the NES era, which is why I didn't really play the NES that much. Unfortunately, the 7800 it didn't quite have the support of like the NES did, or even the Master System. There's kind of a long story behind the 7800, and it was actually released in test markets for a while, but the video game crash caused retailers to not want to carry new video game systems. So Atari sat on their system for 2 years, and then video games started becoming popular again once the NES was introduced to North America, and Atari decided to attempt to re-release the system. If you understand the context of the system, it was very, very advanced for its time, and there are some things that some portions of it that are like a little bit more sophisticated than the NES, but other portions not so much. Mainly the sound. The sound is the same, very old sound chip from the 2600. So, unfortunately, that caused a lot of disparity between looking at a game on the NES, looking and hearing a game on the NES, and looking and seeing and hearing a game on the 7800. Plus, it had a very low amount of main memory, in-game memory. So more sophisticated games would have a much more difficult time being made on the system. But yeah, this is what I played when I didn't have an NES. It was also a significantly cheaper system, and the games were cheaper. So we were a poor family. This is what we could afford and what we could play. So yeah, let's check it out. This game is basically, it's like a Zaxxon clone, so it has that 3/4 perspective. The main difference being, you're playing a bird, and you can get power-ups by collecting 3 of these symbols that are on the ground. And depending on what combination of those symbols you have, you may get different attributes. The 7800 was a 2-button system. Those 3 symbols I can get invisibility for a limited time. Hit button 2, or the R button as they call it. I can be invincible from enemies, not from dumbly running into objects in the background. Yeah, the difficulty in this game is really trying to figure out where your enemies are in relation to you, what elevation they're at, so you can attack them. And you see they're pretty quick. You can land and fly at any time you want. Some of these enemies have certain patterns that are harder to avoid than others. Like I said, it's a point-based game. Remember the designers behind Atari's games at this time. A lot of these games were still made by just a single person. There weren't teams of people making games for the 7800 in these days of Atari. And yeah, this is 87. This is the very, very early revival of video games. I have quick shots, so I should use those. the boss. Right, shoot him in the face. Then we have a bonus round where everything moves kind of quickly. Just have a limited amount of time to pick up stuff. You can hover a little bit and pick up items this way without having to go all the way into the ground. If you prone to seizures, unfortunately, this was before we were all that keen about seizures. So now the game moves a little faster. I don't think it gets faster than this. It's kind of as fast as it gets. And there's no ending, so you just play until you're tired of it or you run out of lives. Again, I had a ton of fun with this when I was younger. I didn't necessarily require like a complex gameplay. Not at this point in time in my life. If I remember right, you can shoot the gems, which is why I'm trying to avoid not to shoot them. Outside of that, you know, these are, I guess what nowadays you would refer to as, damn. As procedural levels. So yes, the levels aren't set in stone. It's not a matter of memorization. Enemies and patterns kind of come randomly. Obviously, the way the game is designed is, you know, with its objects strewn about. You know, allows it to be procedural, but yeah, really procedural game. You kind of see there was some potential for the 7800. It was not a terrible system by any means, but with only atari and some you know, smaller developers out there supporting it, you know, it was never going to survive. Without the complexity, or the more complex games people were demanding, you know, since being exposed to the NES. And all the genius design that was happening over with Nintendo's third parties as well. Yeah, it was sort of doomed from the start. Yeah, unfortunately, Atari never really recovered. Really from the 5200 on. The 2600 really their only, you know, super mainstream successful console. I don't think we consider the 5200 like a terrible failure. I mean, at the time, of course Atari did because it was not selling anywhere near as much as the 2600, but 2600 was in practically every home at the time. And to reach those lofty goals with a new system was, you know, well beyond what anybody could have done in that era of gaming. So there you go. That was a slice of my youth playing. Looking looking jealously at folks that owned the original Nintendo, and these are the kind of games that I was playing. But again, it wasn't all bad. There were plenty of good games on the system, but just not near the same genre, number of genres represented. Not necessarily of all the same quality, but I don't regret my time with it at all. Kind of looking back at these games, I still find them, enjoyable in a very, very simple way. And if people are interested in the system, I'd say take a look at it. Not all bad. To pick your titles carefully, of course. And this is one of the great titles. And I'll go through what I thought were some of the best titles on the system. I had plenty of bad ones too. So yeah, I don't look at this period with any sort of rose-colored glasses at all. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you at the next stream.